Get this shit out of my face. It smells terrible. Is your microphone on?
Yes.
I'm just making sure
Yes.
so you don't have...
Hey guys, it's Colin with Mind Hive. Today I'm going to share with you my ultimate hangover cure. I came up with this idea for a video after going out with some friends last weekend. Surprisingly, I didn't feel that bad for the level of drank that I had. So I'm just going to share with you what my strategies were and kind of talk a little bit about how hangovers work. And so that can give you an idea of just how to tackle them in general. All that's coming up on Mind Hive. So, before we talk about this accidental discovery I made to fix my hangover, I think it's important to first cover what a hangover actually is. A hangover is a result of three things. Number one is dehydration. Alcohol is a diuretic, meaning that it causes your body to excrete water by making you pee, but you don't just lose water, you also lose precious electrolytes and glucose. So it's really important to try to replenish those either before, during, or after your drinking session. Ideally all three. And losing this water and these electrolytes and glucose is one of the reasons why your brain and muscles don't function as well as they could when you're hungover. And so that's why it probably feels like it's impossible to get anything done when you're hungover. The easiest way to solve this is just to stay hydrated while you're drinking, after you're drinking, ideally before you go to bed the night that you've been drinking. You might even consider adding some sea salt so that you can replenish some minerals and some sodium as well. And if you're worried that all this drinking might make you get up in the middle of the night to go pee, don't worry about it, because the second reason you feel hungover is from poor sleep. Alcohol suppresses glutamate in the brain, which is an excitatory neurotransmitter. This is what causes you to feel relaxed and also explains some of the overconfidence that some people have when they feel a little tipsy. As you sober up, your brain overcompensates by producing more glutamate than it needs. So right around the time that you're falling asleep, your brain is ramping up glutamate production, which is going to cause you to be irritable and to be awake, and generally that's just not good for sleep. And so even if you feel like you're sleeping well after a night of drinking, you are definitely not. Your sleep is getting interrupted and you're not getting full sleep cycles. And finally, the third reason that you feel hungover is from liver toxicity. Glutathione is the most powerful antioxidant in your body, and your liver uses it to clean out all of the toxins that get produced as a result of alcohol consumption. Unfortunately, glutathione is in limited supply, and so your liver ends up struggling to keep up to produce enough glutathione to move those toxins out of the body. So anything that you can do to up your glutathione levels is going to help your liver clean out those toxins and make you feel less nauseous, less crappy the next day. All right, so now that you understand how hangovers work in a basic sense, I'm going to share my routine with you for preventing and treating hangovers so that they never wreck your day again. As I mentioned, glutathione is essential for preventing and treating hangovers. So if I know I'm gonna be drinking later that day or that night, I try to eat foods that are high in glutathione precursors so my body can produce more of it. And so that includes things like red meats, onions, and green leafy vegetables. You can also opt for liposomal glutathione if you want. I just choose not to. I choose to get it from food if I can. I'm usually pretty bad at staying hydrated while I'm drinking because I just kind of feel like it can be a buzzkill. You know, when you're out with the boys and you're drinking, you don't want to have to ask for a glass of water in between your drinks. It's just, I don't know. For me, it's kind of weird. But I will say that one of the big difference makers for me is having a tall glass of water before I go to sleep. And then when I wake up the next day, I like to kickstart my hydration with some greens powder from Activated U, which also has milk thistle in it, which is another glutathione precursor. I like to add in a GI Prime, also from Activated U, and that also has okra pod in it, which is another glutathione precursor. And then I'll mix those together with some essential aminos as well. So I'm hitting my system with a shotgun blast of amino acids, antioxidants, vitamins, and electrolytes. I'll then follow that up with mushroom tea with maitake and shiitake in it, because that's going to further help my glutathione levels. And then later on in the day, I will hit my system with more greens in the form of a greens powder. And if I work out, I'll have some whey protein because that has cysteine in it, which is an amino acid that helps the body make more glutathione. And then if I'm feeling a little lethargic later on in the day, I might also have some nicotine. If this sounds like a lot for you, don't worry, you don't have to do all of it. Just focus on eating some dark leafy greens, maybe some red meat before you start drinking. And you might also consider supplementing with some vitamin C, because that vitamin C is also an antioxidant. And what it does is your body uses the vitamin C before it uses the glutathione. So the glutathione, your body needs that to deal with the alcohol. But if you're having other inflammation, your body might take some of that glutathione and use it for that inflammation as well. But if you have more vitamin C in your system, your body will preferentially use that for the inflammation so that you can save more of the glutathione for the alcohol where you really need it. And then during and after drinking, just focus on hydrating and getting electrolytes back into your system. The best way to do that, I found, is through coconut water, or watermelon water is even better. So in the past, sleep has been one of the most challenging areas to tackle because there really is no substitute for getting a good night's sleep. But I have found two pieces of technology that have worked incredibly well in helping to make up some of that sleep debt that is incurred as a result of drinking. The first piece of technology is the NuCalm. This thing has been the missing link when it comes to catching up on sleep, especially after a hangover. I won't say much more than that, since I've already made a whole video on it already, so if you want that, I'll link to it. One of the things that also helped, I think, was the biosignal discs that you use with NuCalm. Among other things, they have the frequency of N-acetylcysteine in them, which helps to replenish glutathione. So once 1 or 2 p.m. rolls around and I'm feeling a little bit of lethargy setting in from the night before, I will set myself up to take a NuCalm nap, and I'll do that on a grounded mattress. It goes underneath of the top sheet on this bed. You can see it's black. This is a conductive surface that's connected to the ground port on the outlet. So we're getting grounding on this sheet right here. And there's a lot of benefits to grounding. I could probably make an entire video just on that, but I'll keep it pretty short. The human body is a series of bioelectrochemical reactions, and they're regulated by electron transfer. And the Earth has a nearly limitless supply of free electrons. So when you connect with the Earth, you can do things like reduce inflammation, you can help with insomnia, you can help healing from all kinds of different arthritis, chronic illnesses. And there's a lot of research that's just building up day by day on this healing mechanism, if you will. So again, I won't say much more than that. If you're curious, I'll leave a link to some resources in the description. But this is what I'm going to lie on while I'm taking my NuCalm nap, and I always notice a difference with it. I just sleep better, recover better, I just feel really good. So that's it. The last thing I'll say is I also did an infrared sauna session for about 30 minutes, followed by a cold shower, just to reduce some of the inflammation that takes place as a result of drinking. And those two things were also incredibly helpful. But if a sauna is not accessible to you, it doesn't make a big difference. However, I would definitely encourage you to take a cold shower if you can tolerate that, if that's part of your routine. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any hangover cures, hacks, weird things that you've learned from experience, things that just work for you, I want to know in the comments section below. I love learning new things from you guys. I'm always learning, always experimenting with things. Unless it's something really weird, then I probably won't try it. But yeah, let me know anyways. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Until then, happy hacking.